Oh, hold on. Let me see. Let me give you a little
It's
space.
so close.
Yeah. You don't like how intimate the camera is? It's just us on the couch. I felt like it'd be
Feels like
appropriate.
his document to like our kids. You know.
Hey guys, this is how I met your mother. You ready?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Reality Rejects. My name is Jacob. My name is
Branden. Well, you know, I have to give it a couple seconds for Donadio and me.
He's not here though.
Okay.
I was gonna get to that. Donatio's not on the couch today, so I didn't even finish your name, man.
I'm Branden.
We are the Reality Rejects. We are every Friday. Leave a like. We just started the episode. Today, we're feeling up. Actually, can I back up and just talk about the Flash movie for a second? I know that wasn't what we intended to talk about, but I just need to get it out of my system.
Okay.
I saw the Flash. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
I heard it was mid as fuck.
It is. I don't know why they were trying to overhype this movie so much.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point of it was. I don't know how much money they put into this movie. The CGI is so bad. It doesn't matter how much you pretend. You can pretend to say that it's meant to look like that. It's not. It's just not.
Yeah. Who directed it?
Andy Muschietti. It's talented.
No, not him.
Talking about James Gunn.
James Gunn.
He didn't direct this.
Yeah. So James Gunn was before this movie came out. He was like, "Oh, it's better than Guardians." This and that.
It was fun. It was really, really fun. I think that some of the cameos
Better
were
than
awesome.
Guardians?
No, not at all. Not at all. It definitely is one of the better DCEU films.
Interesting.
I'll definitely say that. Like, I would say if my favorite one... Well, I don't know if Suicide Squad counts. I don't know if Suicide Squad... Like, the one that James Gunn did. I don't know.
I was going to say the first
I don't know if that one counts. But besides Zack Snyder's Justice League, this is definitely, like... This is pretty solid. It's not, like, the worst movie ever. It's good. It's like... If you broke the movie up, if you could like pretend that the CGI didn't look like PlayStation 2, and that by a scene by scene basis, it's very like I enjoy it. Like in parts, I enjoy it.
Why did the CGI look bad?
Oh, I don't know. I think that there was a lot of problems behind production. I know Ezra Miller had some stuff going on.
But like what people said that when they showed the movie to like people before it officially came out, they're like, "Oh, we're still working on the CGI."
Yeah, they didn't. I don't think they changed anything. I don't believe you. I think the only definitely worth a watch. I'll put it like that. I think you should. I think it's worth it. It's a fun time. You can go watch it. But I just had to get that out of my system. Like, I don't think that the Flash movie, which is also like a multiverse film, kind of like Spider-Verse, deserves a whole episode to itself. Mm-hmm. Definitely, you do not deserve that. But I do want to talk about it a little bit. I think that there was... whatever was going on, I'm excited for what's to come, especially with James Gunn taking, control of the DCU. But holy crap, dude. That CGI was rough. You haven't seen it yet, right?
Not yet.
You going to?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's how general audiences are feeling. Maybe. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not getting like, ooh, I want to watch it,
I did. I felt that way. I sat in that chair and I felt like a child. I was like, oh my God.
No, you know why I didn't want to watch it? It's more because of the actor.
Ezra Miller, you really are boycotting it because of Ezra, huh?
He's a prick.
Whatever, I guess. He only was charged for like 2 things. Yeah. Mental health crisis. I'm more forgiving. Should we have hooked up a third mic in case Donadio walks in while we're He's not going to walk in, is he?
No, he's not. Am I going through?
Yeah, your audio's coming in.
Okay.
Is it low?
It looks low.
Maybe I'll turn us up. Hold on. Let me fix this. I'm gonna be as fast as fuck about this as the Flash. Hashtag confirmed. The Flash is a virgin.
You're a virgin.
That's why he's the fastest man alive. There was actually a joke about that in the original show. It's not even original. Not original thought at all.
Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, but are you going to see The Blackening? There's this new movie called The Blackening.
You asked me about this.
Came out, I think, as of recording this episode, I think today. What's today, the 19th?
No.
Is today Juneteenth?
Oh, Juneteenth.
Today is Juneteenth. Yeah. I knew that. I knew that the whole time.
Fake.
No, I knew. I did. I knew. I was busy. But there's a movie called The Blackening coming out today.
What is it about?
It's like a horror movie with black people. They can't all die first. That's the caption.
Oh yeah.
I definitely think it's gonna be hilarious.
Are you gonna watch it?
Oh my god, yeah.
Today?
No, maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
$5 ticket Tuesday.
Well, I have AMC A-list, so. Did you smell my burp? Is that what you're smelling?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is it minty?
No.
What does it smell like?
Ass.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Smell like Chinese.
What did I just eat? I really wanted to have Chinese today. We had that chicken earlier, but I really was feeling...
Want to get dumplings after?
Yeah, maybe we can.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, that sounds like a good time. I really go for some Chinese food. How's your mental health been, man? How you been feeling recently? You had a lot going on. You got work and shit. Let's do a little check-in. How are you?
My mental health.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Today is June, There's mental health, right? Month. This men's mental health month.
Is it?
Yeah.
They have men's mental health month at the same time as Pride Month?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Did you know it was?
No.
Really?
No, I just talk, I feel like, it's just camera's tighter, it's closer in. I feel like this is just an opportunity to have an honest conversation. Tell me about your feelings, man. How are you? What's going on?
I'm alive.
Why?
Why am I alive?
No. Like, what's going on? Is that the bar? Is that where it's set? Like, what's been going on in your life? Tell me a little bit about what's been going on. Has anything been keeping you down?
No.
Nothing?
Life goes on. Can't leave things. You know how I am. I keep everything in, push in, and I don't.
But there is stuff in there, right? I feel like that's like the epitome of like men's mental health, right? I'm not wrong to say that. Like, that's kind of how it's. A lot of it, like that's just kind of how it is. A lot of dudes are like that. It's like they push it all down.
Do you do that?
Push it in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, deep.
Really?
Yeah.
But I feel like you're very open with your emotions, though.
Yeah, I can communicate them. You know what I mean? Like I can.
Silent, huh?
Well, I think it's actually Donadio who texted us who said it should. Oh no! All right, it's just Donadio. Yeah, I'm honest about how I'm feeling about things. Like if someone pisses me off or something, like I'm upset by something, like I can talk about it, but it's more just like, it's just like I don't know. I carry everything. I don't know why.
Trauma.
Whatever.
But also too, like what I've learned with you, like.
I don't know why you keep punching your dick, dude.
I'm not punching my dick.
It just looks like you keep.
The camera doesn't see.
I don't know if the camera can see, but it just looks like you're just like punching yourself in the dick over.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, what were you saying?
Don't look at my dick.
No, I'm sorry. I couldn't.
But you're very open with your emotion. Like if something is you have an argument with someone.
Sure.
You right there, then let's talk about it. Even when someone doesn't want to talk about it at that moment, you're like, no, let's sit down and talk.
Well,
about it.
because otherwise, if it's one of those things where like I can move on if someone's upset with me, right, and they don't want to talk about it, then that's not what upsets me. It's more if like you're upset, but you're letting it affect us, and you're not letting us talk about it. Because then like there's no way to move forward. It's just like. There's just an issue, Right. There's just like a problem. So I try to fix things. I try to like right then and there try to have even if I can't figure out a solution, like I try to like at least address how things are everyone's feeling.
Even though like someone doesn't want to talk about it though.
Well, it's just like if you don't want to talk about it, then like you need to be able to remove yourself from the situation, because if you're just gonna be somewhere, well, it's not always about the vibe. I would say it's just like. No, I guess it is a vibe. Well, I guess it is a vibe. I think vibe is a big part of it, but I also think it's like I want you to be able to like, if you want to enjoy yourself, you need to be able to remove yourself from a situation, like wrangle whatever's going on and either deal with it right then and there or put it aside and work about it later. It's one of those things you can be like, you can talk about it later. I would prefer to address it now, but I can move on. Right. But that's also because I try to not let things affect me.
Right. But like let's say if I'm in a pissed off mood, whatever, and we're hanging out, you're not the type to be like, all right, let's move on. Your mind will be always on it, no matter what.
Me personally?
Yeah.
Well, I just know if someone's upset. I just want to know what's going on. Why are we being affected by it? What has plagued somebody? You know, because if it's affecting other people,
how is it affecting other people?
Well, do you have an example that you can pull to mind?
Not me personally, right? Like with my situations, like when we hang out, I'm never really.
It doesn't really happen that often.
Right. Or like if I'm mad, you're like. Because you know how I get when I'm mad. You're like,
just pissed. It's just a wrecking ball. And you're just like, get out of his way.
Right.
just like move.
But like I know like situations like with like relationships in your past, like you see the situation and you want to fix it or talk about it right there. Like one person, you walked out of your house and you like walked down like late at night. Wasn't it?
I walked out of my house.
Yeah, and you were with the girl, and she was staying over, and you just walked out of your house.
I don't know. Probably. I thought I put this on Do Not Disturb. What? I don't know what's probably. I mean, yeah, I think. Yeah,
you remember the situation?
I'm like, if somebody's getting to a point where like I'm getting upset and I like again, I try not to be a hypocrite about it. It's like if I'm in that position where I'm upset and I need to remove myself from the situation,
right?
Then I'm gonna remove myself from the situation because otherwise, like I'm just gonna lose my mind.
Right.
I mean, especially in situations, and this is just like a me thing, but I'm mostly a reactant to other people's feelings, like.
There's a word for that. You like when people are feeling some type of emotion, you go off that emotion.
Well, I try to be my own self, but it's like if someone's hitting me with negativity, then like it's gonna put me in a negative mood. Or if like everyone's having like a good vibe, I'm there for it, man. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get myself,
read a room.
When I get, but when I get myself into these positions where it's like, all right, now I'm getting upset for whatever reason it is.
Mm-hmm.
I usually try to just remove myself. It doesn't happen often. It hasn't happened in a long time. But when I'm like, I really only get like upset when I feel like I'm trapped.
Okay.
Like if I'm caged in somewhere, I'm like, ah.
That does make sense for you.
You know what I mean?
Like, no, that's 100% accurate with you.
Like I'm a pretty chill guy. But when I like am getting to that point, it's usually because I feel some sort of like entrapment, or I feel like I'm like stuck somewhere. Or
okay.
If I'm in like for instance, if I'm like in an argument with somebody, I'm like stuck in like a space. It's like. I need to get out of here.
You get deep into
I need to get out of here.
But you're also the type to like hold your emotions. Like I could think about a couple times when like you let everything in, and then like if you're going through something and like something snaps, and you let it all out at one person.
All at once on one person.
You've done it.
It's happened. I think I'm better now.
100%.
I have not done that in a long time, and I felt bad. And nothing ever like violent or anything. Never. But like
you only killed 2 people.
I've only murdered 2 people. It's like everyone relax. But when I get really like when I get in those modes, it's very much like. It's like verbal warfare, man. You know, like I just like I let loose. It's my mouth that gets me in the most trouble, 100%. I mean, even today, like we were at Target. We were leaving Target, and we came across somebody that we like knew, someone we don't talk to.
Oh shit, that was so funny.
And this is just a me problem. Like I sometimes I just have a censorship issue. It's always been there, even in high school.
Right.
Like I've just like. You catch me in like a moment.
You don't even realize.
I don't even realize
you
half the time.
Situation?
Well, I don't want to say their name, but I will absolutely describe. Yeah, I mean, you were there. Do you want to tell them?
So we're at Target, and we were leaving Target, and we saw this person, whatever, and she had a kid. She has a kid.
Someone from like our high school. Like it was someone we don't talk to anymore.
Right. We never even talked to in high school.
Someone we just weren't a big fan of. There's like,
but they have a kid, whatever, cool. So they had a kid, and he was like. Yo, you have a kid?
We're leaving the Target, and I just see them walking towards us.
Right.
And yeah, I recognize her. I'm like, holy shit, she's got a baby in this like cart, you know?
Right. And it was like, you have a kid now? And she was like, yeah, something, and you were like, what you said?
I laughed and said that's so embarrassing.
That's so embarrassing. And she was like, does she look like me? And he was like, I don't know. I didn't want to
look at her, baby. I don't care.
And we walked out, whatever, and we got in the car, and like we laughed about like the situation. And he was like, yeah, I really almost said.
I was like, I got in the car. And I got in the car and I'm like, dang, dude, I really almost said that was really embarrassing.
And I look at him, I'm like, you did. And he was like, no, did I really? He starts laughing.
It was like a thought it was like the first thing into my head was like, that's just it's just really embarrassing. It doesn't matter if it's like some person from our high school. This is the type of person who just like was not, and I don't know them now. I don't know how they've grown. I do not know them as a person. I only remember who they were. And I just remembered like they were like genuinely, I could say, not a good person. So I didn't care, but it was one of those things where like that's just kind of like that was the type of person I expected that from. So I wasn't surprised that she had a baby. It was just like disappointing.
Yeah, Yeah, like that situation is like it's tough, but like that's the perfect example of like saying like you have a hard time to bite your tongue, which is a great thing. Which is a great thing, Which I gotten better to bite my tongue. Like I feel like in the past I was terrible at biting my tongue.
I'm a hit or miss personality. I don't know what to say.
Well, that's the thing I've learned with you too. Like some people really like you, and some people
just cannot stand me.
And like it's just your personality. It's nothing you can do really about it. And you're not gonna change for anyone. But no. So like, I don't think that you should bite your tongue. Like, I bite my tongue, but for certain situations. And you know me for many years.
Sure.
So, and I feel like I've gotten better, especially with my anger. And, like, being, like, handle situations better and, like, not getting mad.
And you never even went to therapy to wrangle that.
No.
Right? What did you just grew up?
Grew up and just, like, yeah, pretty much grew up.
It wasn't really a process to it. Just
after COVID, like I did like sat down with myself and really thought about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. During like COVID and lockdown, you really only have the walls to talk to.
Sometimes.
So like I really, like I thought the person who I was, I want to be better. And I'm not saying I was an awful person.
Sure.
But I was a kid. I was a teenager. And I wanted, bro, like perfect example when I wanted to fight that kid for in high school with my sneakers, that kid.
Oh yeah, he almost fought a child.
With not that, but big motherfucker. But like,
yeah,
he it wasn't that situation. It was another situation. He said something to me, and bro, I wanted to fight him, like and. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I wanted to fight him, and like I did not care that he was so much bigger than me, and probably more than half of my weight.
Wasn't it?
Something.
Yeah, well,
He's just big.
Big guy.
So like perfect example of like why would I put myself? But like I wanted to fight him. I'll fight the world, I guess.
Be like that sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta like let it all out and just
Even like that one kid in our friend in the lunchroom.
I feel like a lot of the examples come back to high school.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we're such a different person now.
I mean, now being an adult, when you find yourself like angry, like what do?
I tap my fingers a lot.
Has that been your mechanism? Just
yeah.
1 1 1 1 2 2 2.
I go like this a lot. Like I tap my fingers a lot. Like and like even like with homeowners like pissing me off at my job.
Sure.
I walk away from the situation. Like I don't even speak because I'm scared that I might say something that I'm like, and you kind of just have to let the homeowner speak. So you just let them speak, and you just take it. They're cursing you out, whatever. You just letting it happen, and you kind of just take it.
Yeah. No. No, not the job for me.
Right.
Not the job for me.
Like, you ever had like a bride ever?
Never to my face.
Okay.
No. I've had like situations where like while we're editing, they've been like, I've had rough brides, but I've never really had to communicate with them. If it's over like email or something, if it's not like face to face, I can probably be pretty cordial.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I was starting to get like verbally attacked from a bride, like I mean, it doesn't matter where. I mean, I had a photographer once like shove me during like a.
And he apologized.
Well, because I came up to him, I was like, it was like mad inappropriate, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to call my boss. I was like, hey man, like this photographer shoved me. I'm gonna have a word with him just in case you hear something. He was like, all right, let me know. Nothing came. He did apologize actually, which is a surprising turn of events. But no, yeah, no, I feel like I'm a words guy. I speak, I talk, and maybe that gets me in trouble sometimes. But I also I like to just talk things out. If I'm not feeling well, I can just I feel like I can usually.
You're very
talk.
good with your words and talking about situations. I feel like I'm not, and I feel like I don't know how to say words. Sometimes I stutter. If you guys never noticed.
You don't clip that. Hold that. Use that for later. You don't know how to say words.
So I know that when I speak, when I'm angry or get, what's the word?
Agitated, upset,
agitated, frustrated, and a lot of words are coming through my head, and I don't know how to speak them at once, and they just come out and I stutter or they just fumble out. So I feel like you have a better time of talking words than me. That's why I feel like why I get more frustrated.
That's fair.
With the situation and then at myself.
Oh, interesting. Because you can't even help to make it better.
Right.
Because you just fumble in the words. That's hard. I have noticed that. When you have gotten frustrated, mm-hmm. It's a lot of stuttering and quick speech, and you're it's a lot of what? It's a lot, and that gets you pissed.
Right.
Oh my god, the amount of times what? I'm sorry, I don't even know what you just said to me.
Right.
I don't know what you just said to me just
right.
now. Ah! Yeah, no, I totally.
You do that a lot to me.
Well, because I'm sometimes you get frustrated. I'm I don't know what you're saying right now. I don't know. Oh.
And you'd be like, "Are you even speaking?
Are you
words?
speaking words right now?" Oh God, speak words. You want to start it one more time from the top? For
the people in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. Well, it's also hard because do you have a speech impediment, or is it is a speech impediment? Mm-hmm. Is it a dialect thing, or is it it's just is? I don't know how speech impediments work, because I know some people have had mouth issues, or
mm-hmm.
I know some people have tongue problems that make it so they lisp or whatever. Is it just a dialect thing where you didn't grow around a lot? What
you didn't grow around with people with that speak English?
Well, that's essentially what I was gonna say. It's that mix of well, you don't speak Spanish, so I guess Spanglish and English was was that always around you?
Yeah.
Is right? Is that where
no,
that
it's just how I was born. I went to speech therapy since I could remember, really.
Yeah.
So all my life I always had speech therapy.
I went to speech therapy too, but not for talking. Mm-hmm. It was for I would have other kids in the room that would be in there to work on their language, but it was a lot of having to do handwriting stuff because. You've seen me write it's just chicken scrap. It's just the worst. What else is speech therapy? You did that in high school too?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there for that, was I? Mm-mm. No, okay.
But you saw me leave class.
Yeah, definitely saw you leave class. Yeah, would they make you write in sign language and stuff?
No,
really?
No. How can you write in sign language?
What do you mean?
What? What the fuck? How do you write in sign language?
I meant script. I just want to preface. I was talking about script. They would like make me like sign my name in script over and over again. That's how I got to the JK signature. Just like
you're like fuck this.
I was like, oh my god, I'm done with all this shit. They didn't script my name. Well, they thought that because my handwriting was so bad that like the letters, like if I did like an A and then like into another letter, sometimes it would like connect like script. But it's really only because like I was writing so fast, not because I was trying to write a script. So they thought that by teaching me script, I might be able to like harness it better, but I was just like, half of these aren't even letters, dude. Like, I can't do this shit. L is just a loop.
I feel like a lot of lefties do script because my brother writes in script.
Your brother is a lefty,
mm-hmm.
and he writes in script.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. You think there's a correlation?
Well, no, because I know other lefties
who write in script.
Yeah, like other family members that are lefties write in script, and like I met some people in high school who were lefties. Wrote in script. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's interesting. Hey, if you're a lefty, comment below and let us know. Do you write in script? I remember in 4th grade they told me like, hey, you got to learn to write script because from this point on, like that's all you ever gonna do. And I entered 5th grade and I never saw script ever fucking again.
Only time you really use script is writing your name.
Sign my name sometimes. Yeah, that's adulthood for you. Adulthood. It's also interesting because like, now that like you're out of like high school and college, well, you went to like trade school, but trade school didn't offer like any mental health services for you, right?
No,
there was no like counselor.
No,
which is interesting because I feel like we have counselors at college, but it's like one of those things where
is that how high school was, like how like there was like counselors.
No, not anymore. Okay. Like now they're 2 separate jobs. There's like on-campus therapists.
Interesting.
So like you have like 7 free visits. Like,
do you use them?
No, because it's 7 free visits for your like college career.
Oh, I thought it was like each semester.
No,
oh.
So like you get like a max 7 times to come see their like mental health like resources, and then you're like out. Then they send you out. They're like, all right, well, you
can't fix you after 7.
Yeah, you need help. You need serious help. I don't even know the time. Like, I've never even tried to book, but I'm like, now that like you're out of school, like it's even harder to have access to any mental health thing if you needed it. But at the same time, I guess the problem is you don't really believe in therapy, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's where my point was going. Do you even have easy access to a therapist? But I'm like thinking about it. You don't, like, it's not your thing.
Well, it's never been my thing because, like, I feel like, why do I need a therapist to diagnose or like really pick something and make an excuse of something, an
excuse, like
I know people that
use their mental illness as an excuse.
Yeah,
is that how you see it?
Like no, not that. Like, but the therapist, but he's
X, Y, and Z.
X, Y, and Z. So that's why he's X, Y, and Z.
Well, I mean, you find that to be like an excuse?
Yeah, or like, let's give him these pills. He's sad or he seems like he's depressed a lot. Let's give him these medicine.
Sure.
And like, that's what I'm against.
You don't like meds?
Yeah. Like, I don't feel like I need, I feel like a regular emotion is angry. You get angry, you get depressed. Like,
sure.
Shit happens. So like, I don't feel like, I want a doctor to be like, oh, you need these pills to make yourself better.
Interesting. I think that it's unique for your case because you're pretty functional.
Right.
I feel like for a lot of people, like those feelings of anger that you mentioned, like some people like aren't in control.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like have no regulation and just punch holes in walls and like scream in everyone's face.
Right.
I feel like if there's like a way to regulate that, to make you able to control yourself in a way to like make it so that you aren't, acting like the Tasmanian devil. And that's when like the pills come in.
100%. If you need those pills, 100%.
But it's one of those things where it's like, if you're looking for like, are you saying like an easy way out of like controllable emotions?
I feel like, and again, I don't never been to therapy and like this and that, but I feel like when people go to therapy, half the people are coming out with pills.
It's interesting you say that.
They get pills. Like,
it's a conspiracy. Big pharma. They don't care about your mental health. They just want to sell you drugs.
It's a business. That's how I think about it too.
Interesting.
Because at the end of the day, I'm talking to a therapist, and they're getting money just to listen to me. Are they really trying to help me? And maybe this is a fucked up way to think, but this is how my brain is. And like, I'm paying a person out. You know how much is a therapist for like a session?
Without insurance, yeah.
How much?
About $120.
That's not terrible. Without insurance?
$20 copay.
That's not terrible. But like let's say $125 or whatever for a session for an hour.
Yeah, just about.
You go and like you're talking about your emotion, and an hour goes. All right, ding, you're done. Next session.
Correct.
Like they put a time, and like you're still talking about, and they put a time. Okay, you're done. Like I don't. Why can I do that if I could call you and I could be on the phone with you as long as I can for you to be like, yeah, man.
I feel like you're right. I feel like there's got to be a better way, but I don't know what it would be. And there's just not like I feel like there's not a lot of resources.
Like you went to therapy.
Years.
Yeah. So like, what's your point of view on it?
Do
you think everyone should have therapy? Do you think people should have therapy?
I think most people should be in therapy. Yeah.
You think I should be in therapy?
It couldn't hurt. Definitely couldn't hurt. I'm not in therapy right now. I can't afford it. But I feel like, yeah, definitely. I think I do. I think that, without therapy, I don't know what kind of person I would have been.
Right.
I mean, I was a menace as a child, and I was a menace for years into my teenage, until I mean, like, different though. It's different, and I feel like without therapy, I don't think I would have developed the skills to be able to be in control of myself. Did your therapist try to give you
medicine?
I was drugged for years.
Really?
Yeah. I was on. Oh gosh, I mean, like I had like whatever was going on. They tried to sedate me. They put me on like some really heavy meds when I was younger. And then by the time I moved out, I was pretty quick to try and get off of meds. And I'm fine because I didn't need to be medicated. I just needed to be out of that environment.
That's exactly my point. Is like they just so quickly giving you medicine, and like again. If you need it, you need it. And I totally understand if you need it and you need a therapist. And I totally understand that. And I'm not saying, people shouldn't go to therapy. But I'm just saying, like, for me, I can't say I don't think it will work for me. I wouldn't say I wouldn't be open to talk to a therapist maybe one time. But, like, I think I'm fine,
I don't. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just like it. You're obviously it's functional or not. Like if you're not functional, then like.
But
But if you're functional, then like who?
And I feel like also today, I feel like there's a lot of young kids that go to therapy, and I feel like that's traumatizing.
No.
No.
Because like you need an outside outlet. I mean, think about it. Like, if you're like, let's say you're a kid who needs therapy, which probably means that the environment's rough, or you're rough, or something's not going well, right? Which is why a kid would be in therapy. And it's one of those things where it's like, all right, well, now you have like somewhere to go outside of your house, or someone to be with outside of your family that you can express your feelings and thoughts to, who can then respond with advice, experience, and etc. Like an outlet. And I feel like that could be, that could be life changing for some people. What was your initial question was, do I think kids should be in therapy? Yeah, I mean, like, it's not, I don't think therapy is what's going to traumatize you. I think it's whatever traumatized you is what's going to put you in therapy.
Right.
you need to be therapized through your trauma.
Therapized.
I don't know if it's a real word. I don't know. I'm not sure. You need to, but you need to be. I think also because like a lot of kids like don't know where to start.
Right.
Like you can't know where to start. You're like it's just like you. It's not natural. It's not a natural thing. Your brain doesn't like. You're over millions of years of evolution. Your brain didn't develop the ability to be like, you know what? I think this would all go away if I talked about it.
Right.
Like that's just not there for
But
kids.
like I'm not like June men's mental health, and I feel like
It definitely is Men's Mental Health Month. I feel like I live under a rock, dude. No, keep talking. I'm listening to you.
So like June is men's mental health, and I feel like again, but you didn't know about this, and that just shows that.
People, it is June.
Yeah, people really don't give a fuck about it.
About like men's mental health.
Yeah, like I feel like for you to like be like, and you're very one with Zen, you know.
I try to be. I meditate.
Yeah.
No one will catch me doing it though. No one ever sees me do it. It's like, Batman and Bruce Wayne never being in the same place at once. Like does it? Just saying. No one sees me meditate because I keep it all to myself.
So, but like, men's mental health, and like people don't talk about it, and because I feel like men are so used to letting everything in, like
bottling it up,
and just act tough, and like which again, I don't quote me on this, and I'm sure if you Google it, you could get the percentage, but I feel like there's more men killing themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I've seen a stat. I don't know, but like, yeah, but like, what about the stat?
Like, people don't talk about men's mental health, and people like men are the ones that mostly, like, perfect example. You remember, he killed himself, Twitch? What was his name? Twitch? From Ellen's,
or her DJ friend.
Twitch.
Maybe I didn't watch Ellen, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
And like, he was from Step Up. I don't know if you ever watched Step Up, but like,
a dancer. He's a dancer, right?
Right.
I remember him. I've seen clips of him. Yeah, he was.
So like, he was like one of the most very joyful, very happy, and you wouldn't think he was depressed. And this the same man that killed himself, or what? Robin
Williams.
Yes, another one, but he was sick, right?
I think from what I heard, there was he found out like there might have been like an early onset Alzheimer's or something like that. Yeah,
dementia or something, right?
I'm not so sure of the details because I it's been a while, but yeah, I mean, performance is different though. I feel like like when it comes to like celebrities and performers, like what like even now, like what this show is, what we do on the podcast, and like forever who watches us visually, it's like they don't really like none of them know me, and I feel like I'm such a low bar example because like we have less than 1,000 subscribers on the show, or like. Let's say someone like a celebrity who like, everyone might look up to, like no one actually knows these people. We just like connect to them through devices. And I feel like with like celebrities, like I don't know what he was going through. I've never met him. I never had a conversation with him. It's just kind of hard to judge people.
But that goes by anyone.
Well, I mean,
like you and me, we're pretty close friends, right? Sure. So like it's same situation. You don't know what's going on in my own home and like my own self, and same thing with you. I don't know what's going on with yourself. Sure. So like, God forbid, but like if something ever happened to you, let's say you killed yourself, and I'm not saying you will, or you're going to, but it will be a shock for someone like me because you never talked about it,
right?
But like, it could be a shock for everyone around you.
Well, it would be definitely, definitely would be. But like, again, it's no one knows what anyone's going through at any given time.
Right.
I think it's very clear that like men don't get the proper amount of mental health coverage that they're supposed to.
Do not disturb.
No, truly, it's on. They might be on emergency bypass, and there's nothing I can do about it. I don't even know if the mic's picking up that sound. I don't really know. We keep getting loud text message sounds. It's my brother. I don't even know what he's texting me Chinese. Actually, I think it's a computer. We just have to turn the volume off on that. It doesn't matter. I don't even remember where I was. What I'm talking about. It's okay.
Men and women.
Oh, I didn't bring. I don't know if I brought up like women's or anything like that, but men's mental health and like Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Mad obnoxious, dude. Mad obnoxious. Apologize. Men's mental health is very clearly not the topic. It's just it's not the main subject of a lot of what's going on. I feel like most people talk about everyone else, but this isn't supposed to be like a no one ever thinks about me.
Right.
No one ever thinks about mental health. Like that's what I'm saying. I want to acknowledge it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That like I don't know even like there are things I don't know. There are things you don't know about the person next to you, and like there's just like everyone's going through stuff.
Right.
Obviously.
And I feel like that's the number one thing of like be nice.
Shit sucks, dude.
I don't know if I watched this documentary a couple years ago. This person was going to kill themselves, jump off. What's that famous bridge that people kill themselves?
The Golden Gate Bridge?
Is that it?
In California?
Yeah, so that bridge, so a lot of people kill themselves from that bridge, jump off it, whatever. And this person rode the bus, and no one spoke to him, nothing like that.
Are you telling my story?
What?
The smiling story?
Is this your story? I swear I heard this documentary.
I mean, it's not like my own personal story, but it was. I've definitely talked to you about this. Yeah,
You showed me this documentary.
No, it wasn't a documentary.
Are you sure?
No, because I got it from a seminar. You know, like how like in like school you get pulled into like a room and then they would talk to you about like whatever, whether it's like periods or puberty or mental health. I got it from like a suicide awareness like assembly. And it just like really resonated with me.
Okay, talk about it. Because no, I swear because I know this documentary.
Well, because it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't a documentary. I'm not gonna take that from you. I don't know, but I've talked about that like to a bunch of people because it deeply affected me.
Because like I remember watching it. So go ahead.
It's a story about a man. We might have even talked about it on the show. I don't even remember, but it's a story about a man who walked across California, San Francisco, I believe, or it was either San Francisco or LA, doesn't matter, and he jumped off of the bridge. I forget which city, but he jumped off the bridge, and his brother went to his apartment and he found a letter saying that if one person smiled at him on his way to the bridge, he wouldn't do it. And no one smiled at him. So it's like one of those things where it's like,
that's
smile
not what I
at
was talking
10
about.
people a day. Really?
That's not what I was
That's
talking
hilarious. All right, please go.
So like, this person, same situation, no one was smiling at him, whatever. So, or say hi, how are you doing? So he got to this bridge and he jumped. He got to the bridge and he jumped. And he jumped and he said that this actually was on Logan Paul's podcast. This person was on his podcast. That's how I know the story. And I watched the documentary. Okay, never mind. But he jumped and halfway through he was like, I don't want to die. Like, I don't want to do this. And he cried. He got in the water and he broke some bones, like his legs or something, but he was still alive. And he obviously went down the water. He was trying to get up. He finally got air, but his legs were broken. And something was approaching him. He thought it was a shark, and he was like punching it, like trying to get it away from him. But it wasn't a shark. I don't know what animal it was. I don't know if it was a seal or dolphin or something. It was one of those.
And saved his life?
Got him, saved his life, and brought him to crazy, right?
Interesting story, man. How was that? When did he tell that story to the show?
maybe a couple years ago. I'm sorry if I look it up, I can find it.
Interesting story, man. I don't know. Same thing with the smiling. No one smiled at him on his way there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, like, my point pretty much was, like, you know, and, like, I see you say hi to everyone.
I do. I smile.
Yeah. So, but, like, that's a perfect example of, like, you know, like, if you just smile at someone, you know, that might really brighten up someone's day.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Don't smile at
So,
someone?
just have a good time.
Don't smile at someone?
No, but, like, you know.
Fuck them.
Does smiling make you happy? Then just do it. Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't
matter.
What's the quote? Being nice doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It does. I mean, sometimes it does. Oh man, you need a sandwich? $10 right there. I mean, cost you something right there, didn't it? I mean,
you don't have to get him a $10 sandwich. Just cheese and bread. That's it.
Well, a little chicken in there. Some pesto.
Pesto?
Mm-hmm. Hummus. Hot sauce.
Kill yourself.
This whole fucking episode. Oh, fuck. I just... Oh, god damn it. The whole episode. That was all. It was all hinging on that. It was all setting up for that joke. Oh, god damn it.
Imagine you're like getting someone, like a homeless person, some food, and they're like, no, I don't want that. I actually want this. Like
I know exactly what you're talking about, right? The chicken.
Yeah.
Got ranch?
Yeah.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean I got ranch?
You were gonna sleep in my car.
Dude, you were asleep in my car and my aunt just made you a full meal. Asking for ranch. That's seasoned chicken.
He got ranch.
He did. He did get ranch.
And your aunt felt bad too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, he likes to. They're nice people. They wanted to help him out. He had been sleeping on the beach otherwise. Doesn't matter. Thank you for watching The Reality Rejects. We've totally spun off topic. We're every Friday. Comment below. Tell us your thoughts, your deepest thoughts. I know some people have to make like fake accounts to comment how they really feel, so it's not like not trackable to them. If you gotta do that, go ahead and do that. Write down the comments. We'll be reading them. We look at all of them because we're pretty small. It's not hard to see your comments. So if you comment, we'll see it. If it's interesting, we'll respond. We'll respond to you. So you know. And as always, in case I do not see you, I hope you have a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. Stay frosty. Happy Mental Health Month. Happy Pride Month. Happy
Kwanzaa. Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. That's today. Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday to whoever's birthday is coming up while watching this episode of The Reality Rejects. Subscribe to the Naudio's OnlyFans. You know, become a supporter. Subscribe.
I love you guys.